All right, today we're pulling back the curtain on a piece of malware that is so sophisticated it's practically a ghost. And it was found hiding inside an application that millions of us use every single day. Its design is honestly a masterclass in digital espionage. So, yeah, let's get into this.
Just picture this for a second. What if malware wasn't just on your computer, but it was living inside the one program you trust with all your most sensitive conversations? What if it could see everything you type, steal the keys to your entire digital life, all while looking like a totally normal part of your workday?
Well, that's not some sci-fi scenario. It is absolutely real, and it's got a name: Authentic ANTICS. Security researchers have broken down this incredibly targeted malware, and its mission is as simple as it is devastating: to snatch the credentials and the special access tokens that unlock pretty much your entire Microsoft life.
So, how does this digital ghost actually operate? See, it doesn't just infect your machine like common malware. No, it moves right into your Outlook application and, well, it makes itself at home.
And this is what's so incredibly clever about it. The malware is specifically designed to only wake up when it can confirm that it's running inside the legitimate Outlook process, Outlook.exe. It actually checks itself every 5 seconds just to make sure it's in the right place before it makes a single move. It's patient, it's stealthy, and it's built from the ground up to just blend in.
Now, for a ghost to be any good, it's got to be invisible, right? Authentic ANTICS uses a whole bag of tricks to stay completely hidden from security software. You can think of it like a high-tech burglar who disables all the alarms before they even think about setting foot in the building.
First up, there's this really smart technique called environmental keying. The core of the malware, the part that actually does the stealing, is totally encrypted, and it can only be unlocked using a unique key that's generated from the victim's own computer hardware. So, if a security researcher finds this thing and tries to run it on their own machine, it's just a useless, scrambled-up file. The key only fits one specific lock.
Next, it basically blinds the security guards. See, antivirus software works by placing these little tripwires, or hooks, on critical system files so it can watch for any suspicious behavior. Authentic ANTICS knows this. It finds those hooks, specifically on a file called ntdll.dll, and just surgically removes them. This lets it operate completely under the radar without ever triggering an alarm.
And its sophistication just keeps going. It only runs its main function once every 6 days. Why? To avoid creating a noisy, easy-to-detect pattern. It sticks around using a technique called COM hijacking, which basically tricks Outlook into loading the malware instead of a legitimate file. It even disguises itself by bundling in legitimate but unused code from Microsoft's own authentication library. It is a true master of stealth. Okay, so if this thing is so good at hiding, how does it actually attack? It doesn't use some crazy, complex software vulnerability? Nope. It exploits something we all see so often that we've stopped even thinking about it: the login window.
So the malware just waits. And when it decides the time is right, it presents you with a pop-up that is perfectly, and I mean perfectly, deceptively familiar.
And there it is. Looks perfectly normal, right? It's an exact copy of the real Microsoft sign-in prompt. But this window is a complete fake, a phantom that's totally controlled by the malware. Every single thing you type, your email, your password, is captured instantly.
But here's the thing. The attackers, they're not just after your password. No, that's just step one. Once the malware has your password, it goes after the real crown jewels.
And this slide really gets to the heart of what's going on. Your password, think of that like a key to a single door. If it gets stolen, you can change the lock pretty easily. But an OAuth token, whoa, that's like the master key to the entire building. It grants access to everything: your email, your SharePoint, your OneDrive. And here's the crazy part: it often stays valid even after you've changed your password.
And how long does this master key last? Well, a stolen refresh token can give an attacker persistent access to your accounts for up to 90 days. That is 3 months to silently read your emails, download your files, and basically operate as you.
So, the malware has the goods. It's got your password and the master key token. Now it has to get that data out without being detected. And this is where Authentic ANTICS performs its most brilliant move yet. It doesn't connect to some sketchy server that would get flagged immediately. Instead, it uses the very token it just stole to log into your Outlook account through the web API. It then writes up an email, sticks the stolen, encrypted data right in the body, and sends it to the attacker.
And because the email is coming from your own account, it sails right past any security filters. And here is the final chilling detail. In the code it uses to send that email is this one single line. This tiny command tells Outlook, hey, don't save a copy of this in the sent folder. So you would never, ever know it was sent. The heist is complete, and the ghost leaves absolutely no trace.
So what's the big takeaway here? What does this all mean? Authentic Antics isn't just another piece of malware, it really represents a dangerous evolution in how these attacks are being carried out.
When you boil it all down, Authentic Antics is so dangerous because it lives in that blurry gray area between what's legitimate and what's malicious. It uses Microsoft's own tools, our own accounts, and our own trust against us. It's patient, it's subtle, and it is frighteningly effective.
And this all leads us to the final really critical question. This malware proves that the new frontline of cybersecurity isn't just about spotting strange files or weird network traffic, it's about being vigilant inside the very applications we use and trust every day. And it forces us to ask, in a world where the attack looks just like a normal part of your workday, how do we ever spot the ghost in the machine?